My name's Matt Whyman. I'm the author of The Savages and many other novels for young adults, and I'm here in Angus to tour schools and talk about reading and talk about creative writing. I kind of fell into writing, which was due to a frustration with making films. My university degree was in film production, and as much as I loved it, the ideas in my imagination never quite panned out to the finished product, and I think it usually came down to money. I couldn't afford £1 million budget to do the things that I wanted to do. And a tutor said to me, why don't you forget about telling stories through film and just tell a story, because all you need is a piece of paper and a pen, some time, some imagination, and you can go anywhere with it. And that really appealed to me as a poor student, and I've never really forgotten that. I'm very interested in looking at people that who normally come across as the bad guy, and I try to find the good in them, or to try to find the purpose in them. Because, take for example The Savages, which is about a family of cannibals, but I wanted you to be sympathetic to their way of life, which kind of messes with your morals, really, your moral compass. But I'm always interested in that, in finding out why people do bad things, because often people don't do bad things because they want to cause misery and harm. They do bad things because they feel it's the only way that they can exist, and that's what really interests me. I think it's essential to get in front of kids and actually talk to them about writing, and what I really love doing is talking to them as writers, not as wannabe writers or people who one day might like to write something. I talk to people, the first thing I say to them is, you all know what a pen is, you all know what a piece of paper is. I can't teach you how to write because you can already do that. So what we can do is talk about the writing process and encourage them to think about what it means to them, to encourage them to think about their skills, maybe identify their weaknesses, and to grow as writers. This is the first tour that I've done in Angus in Scotland, so it's been a brilliant opportunity to see a part of the world that I've never visited before. We've been to 6 schools, we've seen over 350 students, and we've done a whole variety of different projects, and it's been a blast. I've enjoyed every single minute of it. Oh, I draw my inspiration from everywhere in life. I mean, if I go looking for an idea for a story, I'll never find it. Usually it's something that just crops up out of nowhere. For The Savages, for example, which is about a family of cannibals, that came about because I do all the cooking for my children. And there was a time a couple of years ago where money was a bit tight, so I decided to strip all the meat out of their diet without telling them, just to make the books balance a bit. And when they discovered what I'd done, they were horrified. And it made me realise that we categorise ourselves very, very strongly by the food that we eat, and I thought that was a great metaphor for all kinds of things in life. So that's where the idea for The Savages came from, but I would never have gone looking for that. I tend to write for young adults, and I think that what really appeals to me with YA fiction is that actually anything goes. It tends to be about the teenage experience, about growing up and trying to make your mark on the world, and I'm interested in those young people who make their mark on the world when actually all the odds are against them, and that's when you can really get the true teen spirit. But the thing that I love most about teen fiction is that anything goes. You can write about whatever you want.